questions. So really, there's not a whole lot more to look at. We're just gonna walk down the whole, yes.
I have a question, but I don't want to do video, please.
Sure, that's fine.
So I'm wondering, in your analysis, I don't see any historic reference to, like, I just showed Burley this picture, which is a picture of Prescott before there were any houses in the neighborhood. And this is just, it's not just any old building that is available for sale. It's a public resource that's been here since the 1800s, and it is the heart of this neighborhood.
Right, I agree.
And I look at things a little differently. I look at things energetically. There's like, you know, you can feel I mean, this has not been used for a while, but there were a lot of happy kids here and happy teachers. And that continues out on the open space part. The neighborhood uses this property consistently. It's very rare to not have somebody out there. So maybe this property is a little different than some of the other properties, but there's probably neighbors that feel that way. But I just feel like this property has historic and cultural significance for our neighborhood. And it's a public resource that was entrusted to the Missoula County Public Schools and the board. And I think it's the responsibility, it's part of this analysis, to look at how the emphasis on retaining it and using it as a public resource, not on the dollar value of something that could be sold to fund something else in the school district. This school has been here from the get-go, and it would be a travesty to have it just looked at as a dollar sign, to cram a bunch of houses in here that kind of takes the core of this neighborhood. And it's not just those of us who live around the schoolyard. People come from all over to use this.
Exactly.
Year-round, people come
Yeah,
from
ditto.
all
Could
over.
be revisited.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Donna Gockler retired, so it could be revisited if it might be considered a park property since she was so against that.
I've never had conversations with Donna about it, but I've never heard Donna be against any sort of park property.
I heard
yeah,
she's
she
quoted
has.
as saying that this is not, that the lower Rattlesnake doesn't need any more park property.
Oh, okay.
And when I worked on this years ago, she said that as
Yeah,
well.
it's written.
It was brought to the Parks Department to see if we could utilize it for youth programming. I work for Parks and Rec as well. And when we looked at just the same reason why it can't be used as a school, we can't use it for a youth program facility either
Why?
right now. Because it's not up to code.
Oh, the building.
The building. The property is fantastic. I bring my son here to sled and play, and I don't live in this neighborhood. It's
Right.
beautiful, it's historic, it's so incredibly meaningful, but it was approached by Parks most recently to see if we would utilize it as a place to have our programming.
Is there a way for this community to be a little more creative about how this building could be restored? I mean, I know it's a challenging time when uncertainties in the world and our country and funding sources, but you know, there's a lot of volunteers. Are there ways that people could rally together around Prescott and get this in some kind of a shape that takes some funding, but maybe some of the resources are in kind?
Those conversations always take place with the board, and I mean, the sky's the limit. It's kind of why we're here. There's no preconceived notions here.
Good.
We're still trying to get through the process. We're maybe halfway or just over halfway. We're still getting a lot of information. The turnout here is fantastic. And so all this stuff will be taken, and we really encourage you guys to take the surveys and to add information. And that's why we're here, is to hear your guys' thoughts on this facility. There is a lot of conversation around we're down enrollment in our school district. We're down 300 or 500 kids, 600 kids. And so we have that taken into consideration too. So if we're gonna put money into this building, what's it gonna be used for? And so those conversations have to happen, right? And then you have to account for being down 600 kids, which all of our enrollment is based off of our student population. So if we're down kids, we're down budget, we're down everything else. So it's, all those things have to be taken into consideration on what we're gonna do next steps with any of these facilities that are in the study.
Right, but that's always changing, right? And
Yeah, exactly.
there's a surprise to some of us, I was one of them, didn't really know that there was a citywide plan to change the zoning across the town. And so this neighborhood is now slated as urban, high-density residential. 4 stories high, up to 6 to 8
Welcome
units.
to the north side where I live,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
So there
No,
are other
I-
communities and
would you
other
let me
districts.
finish?
Sure, but I just
So
want
I
you to
just-
think about that it's happening everywhere.
I'm putting this in the context of what Burley just said, so don't get defensive, please. You're saying that there's fewer kids, but this neighborhood is slated to be higher density, which likely means more kids down the road. And so when you use a model like this school is too small for retrofitting it as a class, a usable classroom, that's based on our thinking now, not our thinking down the road, when we may, part of the emphasis of the high density is more walkability, right, using public transportation and consolidating things. And so I just don't think we should be dismissing the utility of this building based on a current way of looking at things.
Yeah, things are always changing.
Anyway.
I have,
just
oh,
wanted to
are
say
you
that.
done? I'm sorry,
one more
I have one
comment,
more
then we're gonna-
thing.
we're
Well,
kind of
I'll be
going
really
into-
quick.
Yeah.
This building was closed in 2004 for the public school students, and my son was one of them, so I kind of went through all that closure process. And so only 20 years of not being